participants prepare for an ADC?
Shagun, the first thing that a candidate can do while preparing for an ADC is that understand and know about the organization that you are applying for. What is that organization's philosophy, its values, its vision, how it believes in transforming the society, what are the products, what are the markets that it deal in, what are the locations that it's situated at, what are the countries that it export or import the material from. Having a holistic understanding about the organization that you are applying is actually going to help you in your ADC. And the best way to do that is visit the official website of the organization. It will help you understand about a lot of narrative of the organization, what their beliefs are, and does their values and belief matches to yours or not. Next best thing to do in it is understand the role that which you are applying for. For entry level jobs, the requirement could be differ, but at senior most levels, the requirement in the ADC may differ. At entry level, most organizations are looking for people who have strong learnability and they can build them and can upskill them to their requirement. At senior level roles, there is more about that whether you can lead larger teams or not. That is the basic requirement. So depending upon the requirement and the entry level that you are applying for, your preparation of ADC could differ. The next thing that candidates can do to prepare for an ADC is understanding of their own strength. Yes, your BEI, you could be asked straight away what your strengths and weaknesses are. So your self-understanding and your self-belief really matters in an ADC. So don't try to do a prompt answer or an extempore. Write beforehand that what your strengths are, and if you have to give examples for them, what they could be. And what your weaknesses are, especially those does not hinder the position that you are applying for. So write down your strengths and weaknesses very smartly, rehearse your answer and be prepared while you answer this question. Candidates should be prepared to quote the examples of the key skills like decision making, leadership, problem solving, team building, collaboration, cooperation, strategic thinking. Because if you have examples while attending your BEI, which is behavioral event interview, so they will be asking you specific events where you would have displayed your skills. So you should be ready beforehand. Again, don't try to do your extempore. Write your answers beforehand for yourself that if you are going to appear for an ADC, what are the questions that could be asked, what skills that they could judge you for, and prepare your answer beforehand, because at times when suddenly a question is being thrown at us, we just could not recall where we have done or used those skills. So sit with pen and paper, think about the examples where you have displayed those skills, especially in the last 1 to 2 years, because most of the assessor would ask you recent examples and you could not be saying, you could not be saying that when I was in class 10th, I did this. No, it should be a recent example, not more than 1 or 2 years back. If you have seen our previous video, you know that role play plays an integral part of an ADC. If you have not seen the video yet, go and watch our video, what is an ADC process and what are the activities that can happen during an ADC. So coming back to the role plays, if you know that you are appearing for an ADC, be prepared that there could be a role play. Best way to prepare for a role play is actually doing it. So pick up a role play from internet, call a friend, sibling or parents, sit with them and rehearse your role play. Yes, rehearsing a role play can actually prepare you well for the D-Day. Why? Because at most of the role plays, the candidates are not able to absorb is that a senior consultant sitting in front of them is actually playing a subordinate or maybe a tough client or maybe a vendor. So preparing well and rehearsing a few role plays will make you easy with the subject, will make you easy with the role plays, and you will be able to outperform. If even you are not applying for a new job, your existing organization may conduct your development center. And at senior levels or at mid levels, an important thing that could be part of the ADC is case studies. Yes, again, do not go unprepared. Sit with your friend or spouse or parents or anybody who can play a senior manager or a CEO role, and you can practice a case study. You can easily find case studies on internet. Study a case study. First, it will help you develop a habit of reading case studies, because in a case study there could be several pages, but not all pages and all data is relevant and useful, and it can confuse you during a case study. So try to pick up a few case study, make your presentation and give that presentation maybe to your current manager, your spouse, a friend, anybody who is ready to do a case study with you. Another important thing while preparing for your ADC is be watchful of your derailers. Yes, our strength can become our derailers. For example, if I love taking initiative and I love speaking up, I might interrupt others while they are trying to put up their points. So I need to be very, very watchful of my derailers when I'm dealing in a group. So understand that where your strength can go on to the negative side and be watchful, and do not let your strength become your derailer. Last but not the least, be well prepared for your attire. Yes, decide a few days before that what you actually going to wear. Make sure it is comfortable. As discussed in the last video also, that many ADCs can involve different physical activities which will require you move from here and there. So your clothing should be comfortable. Avoid high heels if you are going for appearing for a manufacturing organization. And similarly, try to wear something that is breathable, because you don't know what could be the working condition or the environment where you are going to give the ADC.
How can candidates follow up if they need any clarification or have any confusion after ADC?
Shagun, assessment centers differ a little from the development center. Where assessment center we are using for hiring and selection, development centers are actually conducted especially for the mid-level career people or senior level in the same organization to understand what their gaps are, what their development needs are, and how they can make them better. So one way of the feedback is that generally after the ADCs or development centers, to be specific, the candidates or the participant is given one-to-one feedback, most probably by the same consultant who would have conducted their BEI, because they have understood them from a very different perspective. So there could be a one-to-one session post your ADC that could be online or could be an in-person meeting. Feedback after a development center can actually help them start a new journey of development altogether. Dear friends, we hope this video will help you prepare well for your next ADC.